Now, the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast continues with Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Ortliff, certified by the American Meteorological Society.
All right, how the weather works with some very simple things. What I want to do is show you one of the reasons it may not have rained today, even though there was rain in the forecast. Here, I have a crock pot, and in the crock pot is very warm water. And so think of this crock pot as being the earth. And so when we take a close look at this, if I open this, you might be able to see a little bit of steam coming out. See that little steam there? And so that steam is typically how we would develop thunderstorms. The air would rise, and it would turn into clouds and start to storm. But what we have actually is a lid over this warm, moist air, a sort of an atmospheric cap. And that keeps the air from rising, and that's the reason that we don't have a development of big storms like we possibly could. And so we call it kind of an atmospheric cap. And usually that can be traced to an area of high pressure. And that is exactly what we have. And so this high is that you see in the middle of your screen is acting exactly the way the cap of that crock pot. And so what we have is the moisture is rising up, but this high pressure kind of puts that cap on it, and so the air can't really go up and turn into big storms. What we need to do is to relieve that sort of that cap on the atmosphere if you want storms. And what we need to do to relieve that is get the high out of the way or bring something along that's going to kick it out of the way. And I think that's probably going to happen, especially as we get through, well, probably into tomorrow evening. See how we start to have a southerly breeze, and this high begins to move off. Next thing we have is a cold front moving in late in the day on Thursday, and that's the one that there's not a high here, nothing to cap the atmosphere, and so we have Thursday a chance for showers and thunderstorms, and that will open the door for cooler, fresher air to move in. But in the meantime, one of the reasons that we're not developing storms as quickly or as easily as we might is because, just like you saw with that crock pot, there's a cap on top of the atmosphere. All right? So, and that's why it feels so steamy down here. And that also leads to unpleasant air conditions and air qualities and things like that. So high pressure a lot of times is good, but in this case it can also kind of just make the air very uncomfortable. So warm and humid, maybe some thunder showers at times tonight. It will be calm. And then for tomorrow, a high of 86, occasional showers and thunder showers. At least we'll have a breeze tomorrow. There is no wind tonight. Hardly a leaf will rustle. And 68 for the overnight low tomorrow night. We increase our chances for storms as we get into Thursday as that next front approaches, and then that cooler, fresher air moves in on Friday and for the weekend. But in the meantime, especially tonight and probably through a good portion of the day tomorrow, that